So in this edition of the Erin Cruz Show, we are going to do a reading from my book, Revolution America, Communication Toolbox for the Modern Conservative American Woman. Yes, so I write about 3 different American women, and then I also write about Margaret Thatcher in this book, and I actually go through the definitions of what a modern conservative American woman is. But in any case, let's get right to Ginger Rogers. I'm just going to read you just a touch of the chapter. This is chapter 5 of Revolution America. The sight of a beauty, the brains of a powerhouse, the grace of distinctively feminine features, reaching from the inside of a woman's being to the outside world. All the light and a smile to fill the hearts in American homes during the time when mothers and fathers were worried their children might not, or would probably not, return from war. She had a gentleness, a presence about her. Ginger Rogers was her name. An all-American girl, an icon. She was viewed by some as a sidekick. I disagree wholeheartedly. Hollywood didn't do her justice on the screen. She was a natural presence of all things great in the great old U.S. of A. For my childhood, I grew up watching only black and white movies and old movies that came in color. One of my favorite actresses was this dreamy, light-footed darling, Ginger Rogers. I looked up to her for years. I still admire her lifetime of dedication to her art. I always wondered how this sparkling princess of a peach could glide across the floor dancing as she did. Her ability to navigate the dance floor and be a light among those dreamy male actors. You remember them, don't you? How could she practice enough? Where did she find the time? She didn't. What you saw on the silver screen was most literally feminine light from within this glowing creature of feminine perfection. For those younger readers who only recognize the name Ginger Rogers, please go educate yourselves and use Google to look up her movies and read about her life. Ginger had the good fortune of being one of the greats of an era long past. She also danced and acted alongside of the most talented men in recent history. Recall Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. Hopefully the younger folks recognize those 2 names together. And if you don't, go use the Googly. Anyway, let's get to it. She fires me up with inspiration just recalling her energy on the silver screen. The way she would turn her body about, the gesture of her arms, the delicate and gentle nature she would use while maneuvering her hands. Have you ever sat and watched people? Have you? Have you paid close attention to the position of their hands and feet as they walk by? As we move through the text, and as time passes, bring to the front of your mind the way in which people interact. Pay attention to their facial expressions, tone of voice, their shoulders and arm gestures, their legs and the position of their feet. Just observe. Recognize the context of the situations they were in or where they were and what time of day. Hold it in your mind for when we look closer at human interaction. There is a magical way Ginger Rogers would move. She was electric and full of presence. Her hands told a story about her life. Without fail, you could see the power in her delicate fingers. Her touch and the way which she would interact with her hands alone spoke to her kindness on the inside. Ginger, as we call her, she had a presence on the screen for sure, but beyond that, beyond the story of her on film life, you could tell the complexities in those hands of hers. Her personal life, the way in which she lived, her life in her mind, and it came out on screen with her hands and her arms. Now, because I love dance, I know and have spent years trying to figure out where my hands need to go and how it is evident it takes time to perfect the art of dance and the hands. After over a decade of dance in different disciplines, I can see the authenticity of her hands in motion. It came from within Ginger. When Ginger would act in the capacity of speaking part role, you could still see the mannerisms and the movements of her fingers. The gentile and feminine energy was there, and attentive as well as openness was present. Ginger would connect with people both on and off the silver screen. The manner in which she would speak to other characters, leaning in, touching objects, adjusting her clothes, hand to her hair, whatever you might see her do with her hands, she displayed for the world to see the generosity within her nature. There's a lot in this book, and I go on to talk about Ginger's wartime effort, her interaction in the United States politically. If you're interested in human interaction, in the mind and the body connection, in how you look at yourself and how you interact with the world, how you will make actual change, please pick up a copy of my book, Revolution America. You don't have to be a man or a woman, even though it's written for women. I've heard that men love this book more than women, actually. In fact, the feedback is strong. We have to look at ourselves to be the change we want to see in this country, in our communities, and in our homes. So pick it up, AaronCruz.com. The book is called Revolution America. It will revolutionize your life. Thank you for enjoying this reading.